Philip, hi there. I think it's fair to say that some observers have noticed that a big improvement in many of your players. Is that as a consequence of you putting together some good results, or have you been working individually with some players?
It's always the work of the players. So as a coach, you can give advice, you can build things. It's collective and individual. I think several players are also benefiting of the collective things, what the other players are doing around them. That's also the kind of football we want to see, to have movement together, to have work together. And yeah, there's a lot of emphasis on that in the trainings, in the video sessions, in everything. But as a player, if you're not open for it, if you're not ready for it, if you're not ambitious, you don't take the lessons and you don't become better. So at the end, it's about the players themselves.
I guess you've noticed a big growth in confidence, have you, since you've been here? Are you noticing that development in confidence, maybe even on a daily basis?
Yes, of course. I see also the evolution in the games. But for example, the day before the game, when we did training on the pressing, Ross dribbled 3 players and did a really good action. And the team became nervous at that moment. So we talked 10 seconds, 15 seconds about that it was a good action of Ross, but that the pressing need to stay the same, what they did, and after they felt their confidence. So it's not yet that this team is in the situation that they know in every situation what to do. We're still working on that, and it's normal. It's 3 weeks and a half, it's really short. But it's important that they start to learn against every formation what we need to do as a team. And they're getting better and better in that. You see also everything becomes faster, smoother, because it becomes more natural.
Do you have a timescale of when you think everything will come together and all those improvements will suddenly all click, or not really?
I wish it was yesterday. No, but it doesn't work that way. We're not working with robots or machines. We're working with people, and you don't know what's going to happen, how somebody reacts, what's happening in his private life or in football. There are so many situations that we don't control. We like to control everything that we can control in a football club, and for the moment it's because of the players are really focused, really concentrated every meeting, that they're making really big steps forward in a fast time. And I have to say, this is the fastest way that the team reacted until now when I was working somewhere, because of their concentration. Maybe also because they come from a very low and deep point, and that they realize they need this.
Have you been surprised by that, Philippe? You say that it's the fastest reaction. It has been such a big improvement over the 3.5, 4 weeks. Have you been surprised by it?
No, I don't have expectations around that, because you can think about that 100 years, but that's all loss of energy for nothing. If it's 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months, you never know from before. But I know if everybody starts to do the things together, that we create a good team, and that we create a team who creates a lot of chances, that we create a team that doesn't give away a lot of chances, and that's the basic in football. And then it's about fine-tuning all the other stuff individual for every player in his position towards their specific qualities and their working points. So it's our job, and I need to repeat that a lot of times, our job, not my job, but our job with all staff together. It's not only my story. We work here with a lot of people in this club who help me in a really good way, who are on the same line. So we need to give the players the tools to get the best out of themselves.
You've had an unbeaten start, big results in the league, in the cup, now in Europe as well. Do you really sense that you're starting to build momentum here? I know you always say it's one game at a time, we can't look too far ahead. But do you feel that you are starting to build momentum?
But what do you mean with momentum? That's something that stops them.
So do you feel like you're in a place where you can build a big winning run together?
No, that's the ambition. Huh? But I know there will be a day that we fail. That's part of football. And I've said it already several times, because I want also that the players and everybody around is ready for that moment also. It's the real winners are the one who react that moment, but I want to postpone it as long as possible, of course. But I'm not thinking about momentum. I want to create a machine that keeps on going. Whoever is playing, whatever the circumstances, that we always try to do the things that we train and that we work on.
Did all the players come through okay last night?
Okay, yes. Of course, not much sleep. It was a late night. Difficult with the adrenaline to sleep. That's for me also the same. So yeah, they were tired today, but okay, that's normal. Tomorrow we will have one session to prepare Livingston, and then on Sunday we need to boost again.
Artificial surface on Sunday. What's your thoughts on artificial surfaces, and will it affect your team selection?
My thoughts about that's a different kind of football. You can compare it with other sports, like for example tennis. You have some guys who win Wimbledon and don't win one other tournament, because it's a really specific kind of surface. And for me, with artificial, it's the same. The ball bounces different. The way you pass different. The speed of the ball is different. The way you kick a ball is also different. You cannot go underneath like on a normal pitch. So you need to adapt. But I want a team who never use these things as an excuse. I said it before Dundee also, when we were much too late there and with the bus and all these things. I don't want a team that's been stopped by circumstances. If tomorrow they say we don't need to play on the artificial pitch but on the parking lot, we're going to do that, because it's only one thing important, and it's the win games. But I'm not a fan in general, because for me football need to be played on grass. But I have the experience with it in Belgium also. We had with Sint-Truiden one team who play on artificial, so it's not something new for me.
Your momentum will be a little bit interrupted after the Livingston game with the international break. Had you always intended to perhaps reassess the squad then? How would you, looking at the set of results, are you ahead of schedule at the moment?
No, I don't have a schedule, because in my schedule, in my head, is to win every game. So I'm always underneath my schedule. That's my life. No, it's continuing and being ambitious and really wanting to win every game. It's about that. But I don't want to think about international break now. It's only one thing is important now. That's Livingston and taking the 3 points there. You know, it's a difficult place to go because of the circumstances, because of the football they play. So we need to be top to get these 3 points, and all the focus is on that. All the other things that come afterwards, that's still a long way.
And when the break's over, your schedule's interrupted by another 9 games in December. Looking at some of the slightly longer term injuries you've had to players, are you expecting some of them to come back in and play a role in the rotation?
Yes, I think we can get some players back. I hope to get Kemar back after the break, that he can be really good. He was on the bench now, but just for a few minutes, and because we lacked players, because of the European list also. I expect Rabbi Matondo back after the international break. I expect John Sutter back. I expect Raskin back. So there's going to be more competition, and that's good. Not only competition, but also a possibility to make rotation, because we are ambitious in the 4 leagues. There will be a lot of games, so I can say to the players, and I told them already, the players who show themselves every day and work hard every day during a long period, for sure they will get chances in games with the program we have. It's about them showing themselves that they stay ready and that they are ready.
Philippe, will Scott Wright be available at the weekend?
And Scott is also I don't know yet for the weekend, but he will after the break will be for sure available.
How beneficial will the break be, Philippe, in terms of you being able to spend more time just on the training ground? You've said before a lot of the work has had to be video work and talking to the players. To have that sustained period of actually getting to work with them, what will that do for you and for the squad?
For me, every day, every minute is useful, and we try to get the best out of every minute with all the staff together, with the players. So yeah, every minute is useful. But of course, you have also players who go to international duties, and I'm curious how they come back then also, because here we are building a book, page by page every day or every hour, and then they go back for 10 days, and then they come back, and sometimes they forget a lot of pages. So I'm curious how these things will go with the players who will go to international duty. That's one of the other things for me to discover in my adventure here.
Will you give the players some time off? Are you going to work them hard over this fortnight?
It's very individual, that one. There are players who will need to work harder because they come back out of injury or they played less minutes. There will be players who need more recovery time. So it will be a very individual schedule in that way.
Just in terms of your staff, are you still looking to add another coach, or will you continue with the staff that you have just now?
We have time to make a good deliberation about that, so no rush. We have a lot of other things to do.
Can I ask you about Ross McCausland? How impressed have you been with him? I think I'm right in saying he's out of contract in the summer. Is he a player that you would like maybe to see stay around here in the future? Do you think he could become a key player for Rangers?
You first need to sign, and then I will say more.
Is he close to signing? Is there a new deal in front of him? Or
as long as there's no signature, there's no signing for me. But it's clear that I'm giving him good chances. He knows that I believe in him for the future. So it's about him and his family to make the right choice. And I think the right choice is staying here.
He has that choice, though, that a contract has been offered to him, is that?
We are in talks, yeah.